Top 25 Salesforce Interview Questions and Answers. In this video, we will explore the top 25 Salesforce interview questions that candidates may encounter during their job search. These questions range from basic concepts to advanced functionalities, helping you prepare effectively for your upcoming interviews. We will also provide comprehensive answers and insights to each question, enabling you to demonstrate your knowledge and expertise confidently. By the end, you will be better equipped to tackle Salesforce interviews and make a lasting impression. 1. What is Salesforce and what are its main features? Salesforce is a cloud-based customer relationship management (CRM) platform that helps businesses manage their customer relationships effectively. Its main features include sales automation, marketing automation, customer service and support, analytics, and app development. The platform offers tools for managing leads, opportunities, accounts, and contacts, enabling users to track sales pipeline and performance. Salesforce also provides customizable dashboards and reports, integration capabilities with other applications, and a marketplace, AppExchange, for third-party applications. It facilitates collaboration through chatter, enhances productivity with mobile access, and supports automation with tools like Process Builder and Workflow Rules. 2. Explain the difference between Salesforce Classic and Lightning Experience. Salesforce Classic and Lightning Experience are two distinct interfaces offered by Salesforce. Salesforce Classic features a traditional user interface with a simple layout, while Lightning Experience provides a modern, responsive design with enhanced features. Lightning Experience includes improved navigation, customizable dashboards, and advanced reporting capabilities. Additionally, Lightning offers Lightning components for building dynamic applications, which are not available in Classic. As a result, users experience greater efficiency and productivity with the Lightning Experience, making it a preferred choice for many organizations. 3. What are objects in Salesforce? Differentiate between standard and custom objects. Objects in Salesforce are database tables that store data related to your organization. There are two main types of objects: standard objects and custom objects. Standard objects are predefined objects provided by Salesforce, such as accounts, contacts, leads, and opportunities. These objects come with default fields and functionality tailored for common business needs. Custom objects, on the other hand, are created by users to meet specific business requirements. Users can define custom fields, relationships, and page layouts for these objects, allowing for tailored data management. Custom objects provide flexibility for organizations with unique processes that standard objects cannot accommodate. 4. What are records and fields in Salesforce? In Salesforce, records represent individual instances of data stored within objects. Each record contains specific information pertaining to a particular entity, such as a customer or an opportunity. Fields are the individual pieces of data that make up a record, similar to columns in a spreadsheet. Each field has a defined data type, such as text, number, or date. By utilizing records and fields, users can effectively manage and organize their data, allowing for better reporting, analysis, and overall data integrity. This structure is essential for customizing Salesforce to meet business needs. 5. What is the difference between a role and a profile? In Salesforce, a profile defines the permissions and access level of a user within the system. It controls what users can do with records, including permissions related to objects, fields, and applications. Profiles are assigned to users and dictate their capabilities such as creating, reading, editing, or deleting records. A role, on the other hand, determines the visibility of records in the hierarchy. It impacts data sharing and access, allowing users to see records owned by users in roles beneath them. While profiles manage permissions, roles manage record visibility, creating a nuanced approach to user access within Salesforce. 6. Explain the difference between a workflow rule and process builder. A workflow rule is a traditional automation tool that allows users to automate standard actions based on specific criteria, such as sending email alerts, updating fields, or creating tasks. It is limited to one action type per rule and can only handle simple logic. In contrast, Process Builder is a more advanced automation tool that enables users to create complex processes with multiple actions and criteria. It supports a wider range of actions, including invoking Apex code and creating records. Process Builder offers a visual interface, making it easier to design and understand complex workflows. 7. What are validation rules in Salesforce? Validation rules in Salesforce are configurations that ensure data integrity by enforcing specific conditions before a record can be saved. They allow you to specify criteria that must be met for the data entered in fields. If the conditions are not satisfied, an error message is displayed, preventing the record from being saved. Validation rules are essential for maintaining clean and accurate data, reducing errors, and improving usability. They can be applied to standard and custom objects, helping organizations enforce business rules consistently across their data model. 8. What is a report type in Salesforce? A report type in Salesforce defines the set of records and fields available for reports. It acts as a blueprint that specifies which objects are included in the report, how they relate, and what fields can be used. There are two main types: standard report types, which come predefined with Salesforce, and custom report types, which allow users to tailor reports according to specific requirements. Custom report types enable users to select related objects and fields, offering greater flexibility when creating reports for enhanced data analysis. 9. What is a sandbox in Salesforce, and what types exist? A sandbox in Salesforce is a copy of your production environment used for development, testing, and training purposes without affecting live data. There are 4 main types of sandboxes. 1. Developer sandbox. For coding and testing. It has a limited amount of data and is ideal for individual developers. 2. Developer Pro sandbox. Similar to Developer Sandbox but offers more storage for larger projects. 3. Partial copy sandbox. Contains a subset of production data, useful for testing with actual data scenarios. 4. Full sandbox. A complete replica of the production environment, including all data, used for comprehensive testing. Each type serves a specific purpose based on development needs. 10. Explain the difference between lookup relationship and master detail relationship. In Salesforce, a lookup relationship is a one-to-one or one-to-many association between 2 objects, where the relationship is loosely coupled. The child record can exist independently of the parent, and deleting the parent does not impact the child. On the other hand, a master detail relationship is a tighter coupling where the child record, detail, cannot exist without the parent record, master. If the master is deleted, all related detail records are also deleted. Additionally, in a master detail relationship, the detail record inherits the sharing settings of the master record, enhancing data security and access control. 11. What is a trigger in Salesforce? Explain its use. A trigger in Salesforce is a piece of code that executes before or after data manipulation language, DMLL, operations such as insert, update, delete, or undelete. Triggers are used to perform custom actions automatically when certain events occur in the database. For example, a trigger can be set up to automatically update a related record when a particular field changes. This automation helps maintain data integrity, enforce business rules, and enhance application logic without user intervention, allowing for more streamlined processes within Salesforce. 12. What is Apex, and how is it different from Visualforce? Apex is a strongly typed, object-oriented programming language that allows developers to execute flow and transaction control statements on the Salesforce platform server in combination with API calls. It is designed for custom business logic, enabling complex operations such as creating triggers, classes, and web services. In contrast, Visualforce is a framework for building user interfaces. It consists of a markup language similar to HTML and can be used to create custom pages. While Apex handles backend logic, Visualforce manages front-end presentation, allowing for seamless integration between both. 13. Explain governor limits in Salesforce. Governor limits are a set of restrictions enforced by Salesforce to ensure efficient use of resources and to prevent any single Apex code execution from consuming too much processing power. These limits include constraints on DML operations, SOQL queries, and CPU time, among others. For example, a single transaction can execute no more than 150 SOQL queries and can process up to 10,000 DML rows. Understanding these limits is crucial for Salesforce developers, as they must design code that adheres to these constraints to avoid runtime exceptions and ensure smooth functionality within the Salesforce environment. 14. What is SOQL and SOSL? How are they different? SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language, is used to query data from a single Salesforce object, allowing you to retrieve specific fields based on criteria. In contrast, SOSL, Salesforce Object Search Language, is designed for searching across multiple objects simultaneously, returning records that match search terms across various fields. SOQL is ideal for retrieving detailed data from one object, while SOSL excels in searching for terms across several objects, making it useful for broader searches. Both languages help in accessing and manipulating Salesforce data effectively, each serving distinct purposes in data retrieval. 15. What is a Lightning component, and how does it differ from a Visualforce page? A Lightning component is a modern UI framework for developing dynamic web applications for mobile and desktop devices within the Salesforce ecosystem. It allows developers to build reusable components that can interact seamlessly with the Salesforce data model. In contrast, Visualforce is an older markup language used for creating custom user interfaces. Lightning components are designed for a more flexible, responsive user experience and leverage the Lightning app builder, while Visualforce pages are static and require more code for similar functionalities. The architecture of Lightning promotes better performance and maintainability. 16. What is a change set in Salesforce? A change set in Salesforce is a deployment tool used for moving customizations between different Salesforce environments, such as from a sandbox to a production org. It allows administrators to package components like objects, fields, Apex classes, Visualforce pages, and more, enabling controlled development and deployment processes. Change sets can be inbound or outbound, depending on whether you are sending changes from a sandbox to production or receiving changes from another org. This tool facilitates collaboration among teams while ensuring that deployments are done in a structured manner. 17. What is Salesforce Flow, and how is it used in automation? Salesforce Flow is a powerful tool that allows users to automate business processes by creating flows, which are visual representations of automation logic. Flows can be used to collect user input, update records, create records, send emails, and more, all without writing code. Users can design flows using a drag-and-drop interface, making it accessible for non-developers. With Flow, organizations can streamline operations, reduce manual tasks, and ensure consistency across processes. Flows can be triggered by user actions, scheduled events, or other processes, enhancing workflow efficiency. 18. Explain the difference between a roll-up summary field and a formula field. A roll-up summary field aggregates values from related child records, providing a summary such as COUNT, SUM, MIN, or MAX. It can only be created on master detail relationships and displays calculated data on the parent record. For example, it can count the number of related child records or sum a specific field across those records. In contrast, a formula field calculates values dynamically based on expressions and can reference fields from the same object or related objects. Formula fields do not aggregate child records, they simply compute values based on defined logic. These fields can be used on both standard and custom objects without relationship constraints. 19. How do you implement record types and page layouts? Implementing record types and page layouts in Salesforce involves several steps. First, create record types through setup by navigating to the Object Manager for the desired object. Assign the record type a name and select the picklist values relevant to that record type. Next, configure page layouts by creating new layouts or modifying existing ones to suit different user profiles. Associate the appropriate page layouts with the record types to ensure users see the correct fields and sections based on their role. Finally, assign record types to profiles for user accessibility, enabling tailored experiences in data entry and visibility. 20. What is the difference between managed and unmanaged packages? Managed packages are typically used for distributing applications on the Salesforce AppExchange. They offer version control, upgrade capabilities, and namespaces, allowing developers to protect their source code. Unmanaged packages are generally used for distributing open-source projects or for development purposes. They do not have version control, and once installed, components can be modified or deleted. Managed packages are ideal for commercial applications, while unmanaged packages are better suited for free sharing and collaboration among developers. This distinction affects how updates and licensing are handled in Salesforce environments. 21. How would you handle data migration in Salesforce? Data migration in Salesforce involves transferring data from external systems or legacy applications into Salesforce. First, assess data quality and structure to ensure compatibility. Next, utilize tools like Data Loader or Salesforce Import Wizard for bulk uploads. Mapping fields between the source and Salesforce is crucial. Before migration, perform a test run with a small dataset to identify any issues. After successful migration, validate the data by running reports and checking for discrepancies. Finally, consider using a change management process to monitor any ongoing data updates and ensure data integrity. 22. How do you prevent duplicate records in Salesforce? To prevent duplicate records in Salesforce, utilize the built-in duplicate management feature. This includes creating duplicate rules and matching rules to identify potential duplicates based on specified criteria. Use these rules during data entry or import processes. Additionally, implement validation rules to alert users when they attempt to create or save duplicates. For ongoing management, consider using third-party apps from the AppExchange that offer more advanced deduplication capabilities. Regular data cleansing and audits can also help maintain data integrity and minimize duplicate records. 23. How would you optimize Salesforce performance for large data volumes? To optimize Salesforce performance for large data volumes, start by implementing selective SOQL queries to minimize the data retrieved. Use indexing on fields that are frequently queried to enhance performance. Utilize custom indexes for non-standard fields as needed. Employ data archiving strategies to reduce operational data volume. Leverage batch processing for handling large datasets efficiently, and consider using asynchronous operations when possible. Monitor performance through Salesforce's debug logs and tools like the Query Plan tool to identify bottlenecks in your queries and processes. 24. Explain a time you created a custom solution using Apex or Flow. In a recent project, I needed to automate a complex approval process for sales orders. Using Salesforce Flow, I designed a flow that prompted users to submit their orders for approval. The flow included decision elements to route orders based on total amount, ensuring higher values went through additional approval steps. By integrating Apex, I leveraged custom logic to validate order details and send notifications to approvers. This solution reduced manual effort, improved efficiency, and ensured timely processing of sales orders, enhancing user satisfaction and productivity. 25. How do you handle Salesforce security for data sharing and access control? Salesforce security for data sharing and access control involves multiple layers, including organization-wide defaults, OWD, role hierarchies, sharing rules, and profiles. Start by defining OWD settings to establish baseline access levels. Use role hierarchies to ensure users higher in the hierarchy inherit access from those below. Implement sharing rules to grant additional access based on criteria or ownership. Profiles help control field-level security, object permissions, and system access. Regular audits of sharing settings and user permissions ensure compliance and optimal access management. In this video, we've covered the top 25 Salesforce interview questions and answers to help you prepare for your next job opportunity in this dynamic field. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting, understanding these key concepts can give you the confidence you need to excel in your interview. We hope you found this information valuable and insightful. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more helpful resources and tips. Thank you for watching, and best of luck with your Salesforce journey.